put some power onto that. So we should be, I've got it in my hand. Why is that not doing anything? Check the consumer unit, make sure it's not been turned off.
Hello guys, today I got my toys and I play with my toy and I show you a toy that I got.
Welcome back to today's video. So Irene wants to be involved in today's introduction.
I got my triceratops.
And what else?
And I got my triceratops.
So today's video, again, another mixed bag, which I know everyone enjoys more than just a single jobs. And what was I saying? Yeah, it's just a mixed bag of videos. Got a load of repairs in there. And Aaron's got his triceratops. And I've got my new toy as well, which, yeah, it's all laid out here at the moment because I've only given it a bit of a test run. I need to get some proper beans. These are just ones that I got from the supermarket to try out. But yeah, I'm gonna set this up somewhere and yeah, get some proper beans and then start making some proper coffee. Also another big milestone. We started Jessica on her solids today. So she's had some, we bathed her because she made a mess obviously. And now she's gone down for a nap. So I'm trying to get this intro video recorded so that I can get it uploaded for this evening so you guys are ready to watch it. Also, for the 10K giveaway, I've got 3 people. 1 minute, Arian. 1 minute, Arian. I've got 3 companies who are currently going to be donating prizes towards it. Unilight, obviously, channel sponsor. So we've got some kit from Unilight that's coming in. Velocity, they're going to be giving some stuff for the giveaway as well. There's going to be a tool bag and some other bits and pieces. And there's another company called Top Tez. They're going to be donating their gas sniffer as well. And I'm still in talks with a few other manufacturers to see what are the bits and pieces I can get for the giveaway. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed because you will need to be subscribed if you want to be entered in the giveaway. But yeah, enough of that. Let's just get on with the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. You want to say bye to everyone?
Bye, I got my triceratops. That makes sounds very good.
Okay. All right, see you guys soon. Right, first job this morning. This rad tail apparently popped out, not the rad tail, the pipe popped out the bottom there. You can see it's dripping. So, I don't know if it just needs tightening up or I brought a new nut and olive. Let's have a look. Apparently the pipe popped out yesterday according to the tenant. Yeah, that's just... Yeah, I don't know how that's happened. That's just loose. So I believe it just needs nipping up, and that should sort this out. That's not coming out. Yeah, I'm pulling on that, that's not coming out. I don't know how that's managed to wind itself loose. Maybe kids playing against it or something, but... Okay. I'm going to check the boiler pressure. This is where I fitted an ECA. Alright, let's top up that pressure bit. So I think the lens is going quite steamy because I'm just taking the camera out of my van where it's been cold and it's really warm in here. So yeah, this is the install that I done a little while ago. I don't know if anyone remembers this one, but yeah, I need to sort this drawer out, but that won't be today. I haven't got time for that today. It's only emergencies that I'm dealing with. It is literally two weeks before Christmas. So, right, let's just check. Yeah, that's dry. That's dry. Let's just give this a little nip as well, make sure this is all good as well. Yeah, right, that's the whole bloody tail they're moving, so let's just run that back straight. Yeah, that's good there. That's tight. Do you know what, just for safe measure, let's just make sure this one's, yeah, that one's nice and tight. Yeah, that's nice and tight. Cool. Right, nice quick fix. Let's go on to the next one. Yeah, sorry. So as I was saying, someone's done a conversion here with a boiler relocation, and now there's two radiators here which aren't getting hot. So I've just come here to have a look to see what's going with the pipe runs. If where they've linked out, I don't know where the old boiler was. It was in a cupboard somewhere. But yeah, I need to find where the old boiler was because they've linked out some pipework. I need to have a look at the airing cover as well to make sure that all the conversions have been done properly and see if it's just an issue with the system or if there was an issue with the actual conversion, how it's been converted over. So I'm going to have a quick look around, see what I can find, and then we'll go from there. Right, so apparently the old boiler was here. It was a Potton Suprema heat only, so obviously that's been removed. All the pipework's been taken down into this boxing up here, round there, down, and to the new boiler. So I'm just following the flow and return. So obviously there's no pipes going up there. You've got heating pipes coming down there, and then that, I'm assuming, is gas because that's cold. And then the flow and returns are coming down there, and then it's 15 mils. So from there it's going into there. I need to see where they're going back up again. That's cold. So I don't know if that's a cold feed pipe, because that's just coming down, and yeah, it's not coming down here. So I don't know where that's going. Behind that boxing, all we've got is that one pipe there, and we've got the heat and flow return. So let's have a look at the airing cupboard, see what's going on upstairs, and grab my torch. Right, so this is where the old airing cupboard was. Now, I've had a quick look at the picture. There's a 3-port here, so I just need to figure out. So that's obviously the cold feed. That would have been the hot. And this is cold. So I need to see what's going on. What were these pipes down here? Right, let's get this up and see if I can figure out what's going on under here. Right, so we've got some cap pipes. I mean, that's mildly warm. So, right, let's have a look. Right, so I've got a bit of the flooring up, and I've bled that, and now this is roasting hot. Undid that cap, a bit of air came out, and now getting a bit of heat to here, but then this is warm-ish, lukewarm. No, just got a picture up of the old airing cupboard here. Now, if we're following this, then that means this should be our primary flow, which would have been coming up, going through the 3-port and into the heating flow. So, if this is getting hot, but this isn't, that's telling me the flow and return has been crossed, because it should be coming up here and then going round this way. But instead, it looks like it's going up here and going around that way, or trying to go around. And yeah, it looks like the flow and return have been crossed when the boiler's been moved downstairs, because it should be coming up through this way, and it looks like either that or two flows have been connected, because from this picture I can't really see exactly what's what. I can kind of make out that pipe there coming into that T, I'm assuming is this one here, and then obviously the top one coming out of there Yeah, this picture isn't very clear where the pipework's coming from. So no, so I don't know if that is coming up from there. I don't know where this pipe at the back's going. I can't see it behind the 3-port where that's meant to be going. Obviously, that's been going. That's the hot water flow coming into there and coming out and then down. So I'm assuming that's the cap to return. That would have been the cap return. That would have been the hot outlet caps. So the only thing I can see is coming out the bottom of that T would have been the primary flow, but it's not clear from this picture. But by feeling the pipework here, that shouldn't be getting hot first. It should be coming up through here because that's where the primary flow would have been coming from, regardless. Well, yeah, it's one of those ones I can't really figure out because this picture's it's not the greatest photo to see what the pipework configuration is like at the back. Right, we've sussed it out. So basically, where the old boiler was here, the primaries have been cut and capped inside the ceiling space, and where the new boiler's there, the flow and returns have been just taken here and taken off of this radiator. So it's been teed off of there and teed off of there, and that's basically, they've tried to make that as the heating circuit, which is never going to work because you can't come off of a radiator as your primary pipework, because that's now causing problems throughout the rest of the house. Because two issues: you haven't got the right size pipe, because you need 22 mil as your primaries to be able to get a good flow around the system, and also there might be single directional valves which might be causing problems because it looks like in the airing cupboard the flow is going the wrong way around. It should be going anti-clockwise if I'm going by that picture, but it's going clockwise, which isn't right either. So what they're going to have to do is cut open that ceiling space, pick up the primaries and the flow and returns, bring them over somehow, and then reconnect back onto here, because you've got primary flow and returns in here, and that should then pick up everything else upstairs and then come back down. And then these two will need to get capped here, coming off of those two valves, because otherwise we're going to get reverse circulation, because that radiator pipework will be getting hot coming from there. So that will essentially be the last one on the circuit. So yeah, so I'm going to advise them what they need to do, get the work rectified, and then that should sort the problem out. All right, so I'm here helping Josh today. Well, not helping him, we're just doing a day together. Got a few bits to do. So he's got to do a boiler service on this vaillant 630 and a gas safety. So he's got to check the hob as well. I've got to go and wire up an immersion upstairs. So I'm going to go and do that. I think there's a faulty stat here as well, which we might need to replace. So yeah, just a few odds and sods that we're going to try and get done. Someone trying to call me? No. Let's get going. So I'm going to be in the cylinder cupboard. That's funny. Oh God, you do see some stuff, don't you? Yeah, filter just on the cylinder return, that's great. Got this fuse spur here. Now that's being fed, so I need to wire the immersion, but there isn't a separate fuse spur. And this looks like it's coming off a radial, which means I can't just wire the immersion into it, because if that's coming off a radial, it's not off the ring main, so I can't spur off of that because that's already been spurred off of something else. So that is a no-go. I need to see if there's, I mean, the best I can do in that case is wire it, put it on a plug, and then, because that's a bar mixer in there. Yeah, we can't just wire the immersion straight into this. It's going to overload it. Then we'll speak to Josh to see what he wants to do. So we've just tagged out. Josh is going to go see if he's got it plugged up in the van, and we can wire it onto a plug. There's a double socket outside that room, so keep that as a temporary measure for now. He's drained out the boiler, recharged the vessel, so I'm going to fill it back up, start purging it, and then we can carry on with the boiler service. It's just a standard service, so yeah, basic stuff on this one. we have a plug top. So I'll just wire it in, leave it on the plug, and then if they ever need to use it, they'll just have to run it onto this double socket. Just make sure that bit of cable is long enough. Let's have a look. That's roughly there. Yeah, that'll be long enough. That'll reach. All right, cool. Let's get this wired up. Right, that's all wired in. 2.5 is so much more tough to work with, especially when you're trying to wire in a plug. But that's done. I'm just going to go and see how Josh is getting on with the boiler service and the gas set. Probably should be finishing up by now. And then we've got to have a look at this room stat, which apparently is or isn't working. So we'll see what we can do with that. Right, so we're going to be replacing this straight-in one with an EPH CP3, which is just a wireless thermostat. It's not programmable. So because we've got a twin channel programmer, we just need a wireless thermostat. So I literally got to take that off, see what the wiring is in there. I'm assuming it's going to be live neutral. There should be a link between live and 1. And then number 3 will be our wire going to the heating zone valve, which is that one, I'm guessing. So just got to do the same here, live and neutral, put a link between live and common. And then number 3 will go to the brown on the 2 port there. So, well, I don't need to worry about the wiring center. Literally just got to make the changes in there. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and we'll keep things moving. Right, that's back on the wall. Let's power it on. And that's off at the moment. Right, Josh, you want to plug in the stat?
It's there. I've just got one up to the lock. It's on the bed.
Ah. Batteries. Right, that should pair automatically. Hey, now that should be motoring over, which it is. Wait for the click. Click. Josh, you want to go check if the boiler's fired up?
I need to chuck a bit more pressure in for the pick out. We got to look at the boiler.
Let me know if it needs topping up. Does it need topping up?
Well, no, I've got 1.5.
All right, cool. Right, so it's working. That's fine. And if we turn it down, we should see that zone valve click off in a minute. There we go. Lovely stuff. Okay, EPH CP3, job done. Let's get out of here. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's everything, yeah. I just need to put this on the wall, that's it.
Put what on the wall?
There.
All right, cool. All right, we'll pop this on the wall and then we're out of here. Now I'm going to take it with me. That'll be fun. Right, so some of you might remember this ECA electric combi that we installed. I'll put a link to it in the description. But just here to install a Hive. It was on the old analog thermostat, but just going to be fitting a Hive for the customers today. Get it all up and running. So these ECA boilers, they work on low voltage. So literally all we need to do is this wire here. We just got to take out this analog thermostat, put it into the receiver in 1 and 3, and we just need to power the receiver with live and neutral. So the live and neutral will power the receiver, and then the rest of it will work on low voltage just to give switching for the boiler to come on and off. So I believe on the outside wall here is where the old thermostat was mounted, which is here. So we'll need to take that off, bring that cable back through here again, and mount the receiver on here, because we need to take a feed from here into the receiver, and then that cable will then come back out of here, and then the actual thermostat we'll have to mount it somewhere else. Okay, so we've fed that cable through again where the old thermostat was. So that's gonna come through there. And what we need to do, because this is an electric boiler, there's no live out from it, because that's fed in, that's got its own power supply from the rotary isolator. It goes straight into there. So what we need to do here is, luckily we still kept these rings, kept these here. The cable's been taken out of here, so I'm going to open this up, take a feed from here going back up to here, or I'm going to see if I can fish it down the back through and pull it out through here, wire that into here. So that switch will then power the Hive, and then these two will just be our switching cables, which will then talk to the boiler and tell it when to come on and off. All right, Josh is trying to make himself useful. All right, take it off for a second. Okay, so we managed to actually feed the cable through the wall and into the back of there. So that's all wired in, live and neutral, and then 1 and 3 just going straight back to the boiler. Right, pop it on. Do the hard work.
Oh, yeah, I'm on.
All right, go on.
I'm on, I've done it.
Right, now I believe we've got to take the battery out of this before we turn it on. So take the battery out. That they can just warm it out afterwards. Right, let's put some power onto that. So we should be, I've got it in my hand. Why is that not doing anything? Check the consumer unit. Make sure it's not been turned off.
There's a couple off.
Let me have a look inside. Right, found the problem. I pushed that in too far. Don't know if you can see, but it's pinched on the sheath rather than on the actual copper itself. So tested it. We had power going in. We had power going out the terminals, but obviously with that being pinched on the sheath, there's no power going down the live. So it's going to put that in properly and retest it, and hopefully it should come on now. Right, before I close it up, let's test it again. There we go. That's better. Power straight away. So just got to let that pair up. So just pop the battery in there. Let that do its thing. I'll close up the fuse spare, and hopefully that will get paired in the meantime, and we can be out of here. Right, just waiting for the app to pair up, but thermostat's paired up finally after taking ages. So now we want to set that. Let's just set that to 30 just to test it. So that should come on now. Come on, who's calling me now? Right, that's come on there. We've got heating demand on the boiler.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, that's flashing there. So happy days. So thermostat's all working now. Just got to let it pair up with the app, but the customer can probably just get on with that later on. But that's all working. Let's get out of here. Right, back at this one. You guys might remember, fit that expansion vessel a couple of days ago. This hot water 2-port is letting by, so I'm going to be swapping it out. There's new ones there. It's already pasted up. It's just a bit tight in here, so we've drained the pressure out of the system. I'm going to chuck this plumb tub underneath here, and hopefully that will catch any remnants of water, and then I can get this swapped over. Luckily it's already on a 5-way, so I don't have to get into that wiring center. I can literally just do it from here. Just move that out of the way. Hopefully I'll have space to split, move the pipework. I don't know actually if I will. Might have to end up changing the guts. Let's see. Let me see what I can do. So new 2-ports on. I don't know if it showed up in the video, but when I took that pipe out, there's literally, I think, just about a millimeter of pipe was actually going into the zone valve. Typical. If I'd put it back like that, you know it would have leaked. And yeah, there wasn't much play on the pipe, so you saw me really struggling to pull it in and tighten up both nuts. So that's all nice and secure. It's already in 5-way, which is handy. Now I'm going to go downstairs. I say go downstairs. Hi, Josh. And then yeah, whatever we need to do next. Right, so this job is a bit of a weird one. So we've changed the 2-port. They've got some issues with circulation, We sealed it last week from an open vent, so it's now a sealed system. We changed the filling it with the pressure gauge because it was faulty. It's now got a 1.5 bar pressure inside the system. And by changing the hot water 2 port, it's now allowing the heat to go fully to the radiators, to the heating circuit. So the rads that weren't getting hot, they're starting to get warm, but they're not great. So, and when we drained the water out, when we converted it to a sealed system, it was pretty dirty. So Josh is in there advising him about a power flush. It's quite a big system, 18 rads, pretty old radiators. Apparently they've had power flushing before, but as always, I don't know to what extent it's been flushed and how well, etc. So Josh is going to have a word with him. I think the next step is going to be a power flush, and then we'll see what happens from there. So watch this space. We'll let you know what goes on.